Not only does the trailblazing side of this involve her performance career-wise, she's also a community leader, and she's a strong educator. And so we assembled folks who represent each of those areas to present this award. And I'd like for all three to come up, please. First of all, we have the newly appointed, and we're very happy to have him here with us, the newly appointed United States Chief Information Officer, Mr. Stephen VanRoekel. Also helping us present this award is Ms. Margot Copeland, the National President of the Links Incorporated. And then finally, from the beautiful state of Virginia, Congressman Bobby Scott.
Great. Well, thank you all for the honor of presenting to you tonight. Hope you're having a good evening. It's a wonderful event. I was actually at a dinner out in Tyson's Corner earlier this evening with a group called ACT-IAC. It's an industry group that does a lot of work with federal CIOs, and when I brought up the fact that I was actually driving back into town to present an award to Gloria Parker, she got an applause there. So Gloria, I hope you felt that that time. I joined public service about 2.5 years ago when President Obama appointed me to help manage an agency right next door, the Federal Communications Commission. And at the FCC, I had the very special honor of working with a very special woman. Yes, that's right. It was John Clyburn's niece, Commissioner Mignon Clyburn, also Congressman Clyburn's daughter. She is an incredible woman and an amazing leader, and very much following in the Congressman's footsteps. So thank you for that gift to all of us as well. Now, in my time at the FCC and my time as Federal Chief Information Officer, it's taught me some very important things. And the main thing is really how technology can be used to connect all Americans. Connect Americans to opportunities, connect Americans to each other, and connect Americans to their government. So given this connection, it's my honor to be presenting this evening's Trailblazer Award to a woman who was, as it was mentioned, the first to embody this and really led the way in connecting government to their citizens. Gloria Parker has certainly embodied the word trailblazer throughout her career in government. She served in positions that had never existed before. She was the first Deputy Chief Information Officer at the Department of Education. She was the first Chief Information Officer and Chief Technology Officer at the Department of Housing and Urban Development. And she was also at the forefront of a new revolution in the role of Chief Information Officer, using technology to connect everyone. She was a founding member of the Chief Federal Information Officers Council, and part of its and she was chief of the Information Technology Workforce Committee on that council. These efforts are still ongoing today and are core to government performing better using technology, and very important work. Additionally, at HUD, she continued as a trailblazer, having the vision and leadership to push forward initiatives that we continue to pursue today. As it was mentioned, Gloria was the first and only African-American woman to have served as CIO for a cabinet-level civilian federal agency. From a mathematics major at Hampton University to her current position as president of Parker Consulting Group, Gloria has truly been a trailblazer. So Gloria, thank you for all you've done to not only help shape the role of Chief Information Officer of Government, you've made it possible for me to have this role. You've raised the level of importance of Chief Information Officer to the level in which President Obama created the first Chief Information Officer role at the federal level. And you set a course for the future of the federal government. Your country and all of us are very proud of you, so thank you.
Good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to just say what an awesome and incredible evening this is, powerful. and I'm so happy to be a part of it. I am absolutely thrilled to see my dear friend Susan Taylor, and congratulate you, my sister, once again, for the incredible work you do on behalf of our children in our country. I'm also so pleased to see my Link sister, the Honorable Eddie Bernice Johnson, who is one of the leaders of our STEM education initiative for the Links Incorporated, and she's not a Link in name, she's a Link as a doer, and she does, and she volunteers and gives countless service hours and promotes us. So I don't know how you do all you do, but I sure am glad, Eddie Bernice, that you do it for the Links. Now, you all have made my job very easy tonight, because I was going to go back into Gloria Parker's resume. I don't have to do that because you've already done that. I think I was asked to do this not because I'm the national president of the Links. So I'm going to close this book, and I'm going to speak from my heart. Gloria and I, 1/18/117, met each other at Hampton, in those days, Institute. A young girl from Indianapolis, Indiana, and a young girl from Petersburg, Virginia, that would be me. One a math major, one a physics major. The first day we met, Gloria was ready to go home. The dorms were old and pretty run down. I was happy and tickled to be away from home. We had a totally different approach to our view of Hampton. I convinced her, and seriously, she was going home. Her parents had already sent a plane ticket. I had convinced her that she wanted to stay, and when I convinced her, coaxed her out on the grounds of Hampton, and she saw all those good-looking men, she called home and said, well, I think I'll stick around a little bit. We went on from that stage to where it was sorority pledging time. And I was a Delta inclined girl, and Gloria wasn't inclined to do anything. And I said, we're going to the Delta Rush. And she said, I'm not rushing anywhere. The next thing we knew, that Gloria knew, quite frankly, that she was Duck 18, and she carried a red and white duck around the campus just as well as anybody could. And she crossed the sands with me, and that was a memorable day, and we love our beloved sorority deeply to this day. Gloria graduated from Hampton with the highest honors, Beta Kappa Chi, Alpha Kappa Mu, and who's who among American colleges and universities. I proudly watched her because she worked so hard. I would be in the dorm room literally taking a nap, truthfully, and Gloria would come in from a math class oozing all she had received from a professor that day, and would sit on the bed and still working without taking her coat off. It was very disgusting to me. I said, at least please take your coat off. We were roommates throughout college, and then when it came time for us to graduate and leave the nurturing womb of Hampton, we decided we did not want to leave each other. We applied to a variety of graduate schools, but both of us were admitted to the Ohio State University, and along with several of our counterparts from Hampton. And Gloria went on to Ohio State to major in mathematical statistics and receive her master's degree there. I was in her wedding, she was in mine. We were in labor at the same time with her second child, my first child. Our lives ran in parallel through as we grew up as young adults and now into middle age. And one day I said to her, I said, Gloria, have you ever thought about joining the Links? And she said, well, why would I do that? And I had absolutely no good response. And my response was, because I'm in it. And the next thing she knew, through my dear friends in the Harbor City chapter, they invited her to join, and I am so thrilled. Gloria joined my executive council last year when I took office, and she is the chief strategist for the organization. The organization has changed and grown by leaps and bounds in the last 18 months. And Gloria Parker's momentum, her vision, her insight, her understanding of how to align an organization of 274 chapters with 12,000 members into impactful programming, transformational programs that impact lives. Everything we do, from STEM education to our HBCU initiative, which was just funded last week by a major funder for $500,000. Gloria Parker is tied to the work that we do, that we invest in our communities. She is right by my side, as she has always been since we were 2 teenagers on the grounds of Hampton. I love her. She is my sister. She deserves this recognition. She has been a trailblazer, not just now, for those of you who know her now. She has been a trailblazer all of her life, and it's my distinct honor to be a part of presenting this award. Before I move on, there are some Hamptonians in the room, and there are some sorors in the room, and there are a lot of Links in the room, and I'd like you all to stand because we're here for you, Gloria, and we love you dearly. Will you all please stand?
Dr. Pinkett and Michael Bowles and the Mountaintop Marketing Group, good evening. I want to join my colleagues in congratulating 2 of our colleagues, Donald Payne and Jim Clyburn, who have earned their awards, and would ask you to give them another round of applause. This is a small business, a minority business award, and I'd also like to recognize someone who hadn't been recognized. That's Esther Vassar, who's with the Small Business Administration from Richmond, Virginia. Esther Vassar. A lot of stuff is going on in Congress. We heard from 2 members of that super committee, and we don't know what they're going to end up doing. But I've cautioned people that, you know, some of the stuff we've done hadn't made a lot of sense. We started off the deficit reduction discussion last December with an $800 billion tax cut. When you start off deficit reduction with an $800 billion tax cut, you got to suspect that the rest of the discussion isn't going to be serious. But you got to worry, how are we going to pay for this, all of these tax cuts? And I'm reminded of the notoriously conservative chairman of the Senate Finance Committee in Virginia, Ed Willie, and there was a story about him right before an election. He went into a bar. He had a notorious reputation for being stingy, and he went into the bar right before the election. He could hear the people mumbling, "Oh, that old stingy Ed Willie, I don't know why he's gonna come in here, think somebody's gonna vote for him, can't get a dime out of him with a crowbar, blah, blah, blah." And he heard him speak, and he had just ordered a beer, and he said, "Bartender, when Ed Willie drinks, everybody drinks." People couldn't believe it. He had set up the whole house. Everybody was drinking. They were slapping each other on the back. "Oh, Ed Willie's my man. Why are you talking bad about Ed Willie? I got my vote." And he finished his beer, put a couple of dollars on the bar, said, "Bartender, when Ed Willie pays, everybody pays." When we pay for all these tax cuts, and they can extend, we probably end up extending them for the next 10 years for $4 trillion worth, and they try to come up with $4 trillion deficit reduction, we need to remember that we are cutting Social Security and Medicare and Head Start and everything to preserve the tax cuts. And when people understand that those are the choices we're making, we might make the choice that we don't need those tax cuts, and if we let them all expire, we got $4 trillion of deficit reduction, and that was our goal to begin with. So let's watch very closely as to what we do on that, because if we're going to just preserve the tax cuts, it's going to be extremely expensive. But we're here today to give a very deserving award to Gloria Parker. As we say in Washington very frequently, all that needs to be said has already been said. However, all that need to say it haven't already said it. And so Ms. Parker graduated, as we've heard, from Hampton University, which is, back then, Hampton Institute, which is proudly located in the 3rd Congressional District of Virginia, and then earned a Master of Science degree in mathematics from Ohio State University. She has gone through all of the things that you've heard, from IBM and the IBM Golden Circle Award to the Department of Education and HUD with the Chief Information Officers, a real trailblazers. And it's already been pointed out, these positions did not exist until she assumed them and did well and made them something, and went from the federal expertise to Aptus Incorporated as a senior vice president. And finally, just a few years ago, when President Obama was elected, she served on the Obama-Biden transition team. She has now started her new organization, Parker Group Consulting, where she is the chief CEO and senior partner. Now, she has been recognized with all kinds of awards, but there's no question that she is a true trailblazer, and so let us welcome Gloria Parker, the Trailblazer Award. She is a real game changer.
I forgot to say one thing very important. On behalf of I want your attention, Gloria. On behalf of the members of the Links Foundation, we are donating $1,000 to Hampton University to the math department for a female math student in your name. And we look forward to meeting that young lady and giving a role model that she would be unsurpassed.
Well, good evening. That's my granddaughter. I just want to, wow, those lights are bright. I just want to say thank you to everybody. First, I want to give honor and praise and thanks to God, who has mentored me my entire career, my entire life, and always put him first. But I also want to thank Michael Bowes and Mountaintop Marketing. I want to thank Dr. Pinkett. These young men are awesome. That doesn't mean I'm not young. I'm young, too. But Margot already introduced my Hamptonian friends. I can't see anybody. My Link friends are back there. My family is up here at the front table. My granddaughter, who's 13, decided she was going to come out and, in her words, support her grandma tonight, after, of course, sending me a picture and asking me to stop by this shop and pick up a gown for her. If my family, my son, my daughter, can you all stand up and kind of wave or something? My granddaughter, my vice president of my company, Greg Martin, is sitting there. Say hey, Greg. And my goddaughter is here, Ganesha Martin. And then there are some other special people that I want to recognize. And I really can't see any of you, so I'm just going to assume you're going to stand up. First of all, my church members are here, and my pastor, you had an opportunity to meet him when he gave the invocation, but Pastor Robbie Davis from Celebration Church and his wife, and Pastor Larry and his niece are here. Could you all just kind of wave over there? There they are. And then there are a number of people from my community, the CIO community. There are quite a few CIOs, deputy CIOs, and the IT community. There are some associate CIOs, some chiefs of staffs to the CIOs and all those folks. Can those folks please stand and be recognized? Okay. We've got Jerry Williams here, who is the Chief Information Officer at HUD, where I was the first CIO, so I'm mentoring him. And we've got his deputy, Kevin Cook, who's here. There's Kevin. We've also, now I'm getting ready to really get in trouble now. But anyway, we got Larry Gross over here, who's the deputy CIO at Interior. And where's Walter Harris? Walter Harris flew in from Atlanta. Is he still here? Walter is a former CIO at HUD, and there are a number of others, but we've got a number of people here from education who are in the CIO community at education, and we have CIO types here from the VA, who I'm gonna mention something about her in a few minutes. But then we've got everybody else who I can't see who are here tonight. So I want to thank all of you for being here. There are also some companies that I work very closely with that I want to thank. CSC is one of the companies that I do quite a bit of business with. I just want them to wave or stand up and say, there they are. They are the best company for me to work with. They've been extremely supportive of me, and I appreciate it. And then there's BRMI. And when I finish this one, I'll be in trouble because I'm going to miss somebody. But where's BRMI? Mike Battle and Deborah Stauffer. There they are back there. Deborah was my deputy at HUD when I was the CIO there, and she's now Executive Vice President at BRMI. So, with all of that, let me just say a couple of words about the Trailblazer Award. I'm just totally thrilled to get this award. I was shocked when I was told I was getting it. But then I had to stop and think about what did I do to blaze the trail? And as I thought about it, I started thinking about being one of the first CIOs in government when the Klinger-Cohen Act was passed. And when I looked around, I realized I was the only African-American female, and to this day, still am the only African-American female to have been a CIO at that level. That gives me mixed emotions. I'm excited and thrilled that I've been able to blaze a trail in that regard. But I also know that there are people who, African-American women, who have done a phenomenal job, and it's their turn. One of them is here with us tonight, Jackie Patillo. Jackie, where are you? I know you're over there somewhere. There she is. Jackie was the Deputy CIO at Transportation, and she's awesome. And so I'm hopeful that because of the work that I've done and because of the mentoring that I give back to my colleagues, CIOs that are in place today and CIOs on the way, that people like Jackie will have an opportunity soon to also follow in those footsteps. But I also enjoy blazing the trail not only in federal government and CIO community, but as a business owner. And when I started that venture, I'm hoping that the work that we're doing there will also lead other people to become business owners and take charge of their own destiny. And I have thoroughly enjoyed getting off to a good start as a small business owner, a minority business owner, and we've really come a long way, and we enjoy what we're doing every day. But there's one other trail that I want to blaze. And my business partner and I are starting to look at this now, and that is we need to, in this economy, we want to teach people how to become self-sufficient. And in this economy, it's not good enough for people to depend on social programs and unemployment and those kinds of things, particularly when you think about what most people have contributed in their lives to the companies that they worked for so long. And if they could bring value to those companies, and those companies were willing to pay them salaries to be employed there for many years, that means that those people brought value. And if those people brought that kind of value to those companies, just because the economy is suffering now does not mean that those people need to be out of work. They may not be working for another company, but they surely ought to be working for themselves. And all they need is the encouragement and the confidence and the training to be able to take their skills, their resources, their experiences, and turn that into a company or business that they can run and become self-sufficient. No longer can we, I worked for IBM for 17 years, no longer can we depend on the big companies like IBM to take care of us and move us forward. We have to start training our children, our young adults, to look at opportunities to make it on their own, to build businesses on their own, to become entrepreneurs, and to build that confidence that it takes for them to become successful business owners themselves. Not only will they be able to take care of themselves, but then the small businesses can begin to hire and begin to bring more people into jobs and begin to put a big dent in this unemployment. So that's the new trail that I want to blaze, and I am very, very grateful for this award. I'm very grateful for all the support that I've gotten along the way from all of my friends out there, and I look forward to putting together the kinds of programs that we're trying to put together to see other people quickly move in this direction very successfully. So thank you very much.
Yes. So we're going to run a video from CSC that is also going to congratulate Gloria Parker. Let's go ahead and quickly run the video.
On behalf of CSC, I am proud to congratulate Gloria on her remarkable achievements, tremendous contributions, and unwavering commitment to both government and industry. Nearly 5 years ago, I first witnessed Gloria's passion for serving the public when she worked at CSC, and to this day, we have never lost sight of the value Gloria brings to our government customers. As a former government CIO, Gloria offers an intimate understanding of the missions and programs in two agencies near and dear to her, HUD and Education. Over the years, I have grown to recognize her personal integrity and sense of commitment to government service. Her sincere interest in supporting sound government cemented our relationship. We both feel that bond, and it has been a pleasure working with her where we can continue to add value to the government mission in several agencies. She is a vital addition to our executive team, and we're very proud to share in tonight's recognition of her success. Congratulations, Gloria, on your very well-deserved Congressional Minority Award, aptly called Game Changer. You certainly are a game changer for us.